evening. I'm Gary Dudley, President and co-founder of SWBC and a member of the American Heart Association Board of Directors.
Good evening. I'm Shirin Odar, Chief People Officer at HEB.
Good evening. I'm Alan Harrison, President and CEO of Methodist Healthcare.
SWBC has been a partner of the American Heart Association for many years, and I want to share with you one reason why. We all know someone with heart disease. We probably all know at least one person who's experienced cardiac arrest. If you or I are with someone who's experienced a heart attack, being able to step in and perform hands-on CPR may make all the difference in the world. I encourage each of you to be trained in hands-on CPR, especially if it means saving the life of someone you know or love, or even a stranger.
My name is Sarah, and a little over 6 months ago, my husband saved my life with hands-only CPR. It was a normal day, normal week. I went shopping at Target, I picked up dinner, and went to bed. Complete normalcy for a family of 4.
I was awoke in the middle of the night to a noise. I can't tell you what I heard. Something just awoke me. And I happened just to ask my wife if she was okay. No response. That's when I got out of bed, turned on the light and looked at her and saw she was in full-on cardiac arrest. Called 911 immediately. 911 had me pull her off the bed, put her on the floor, and start hands-only CPR. Sheriff's office was there in 2 minutes. EMS was there in 8. And they took over everything from there, but it was the scariest thing you'll ever have to deal with. Trying to find someone to watch your kids at 3 o'clock in the morning as you want to go to the hospital and check on your wife, or just taken away in an ambulance.
Hands-only CPR saved my life, and it can save your life or the life of someone you love. At HEB, we believe we're in the people business, and that taking care of our customers, our HEB partners, and our communities is our top priority. We have always believed in supporting local organizations that are dedicated to improving the health, wellness, and safety of our families and neighbors. At HEB, our motto is helping here, and we believe that the important work that the AHA is doing across the country, and specifically here in San Antonio, is having a significant impact on the lives of everyone in our community. And that is exactly why we support the American Heart Association in San Antonio and its efforts to create a community of lifesavers by teaching and training as many people as possible on how to perform hands-only CPR. If it's my husband or your wife or your son or daughter, would you or I know what to do?
My name is Samuel and I'm 4 years old.
When we got home, I was going to take him out of his bassinet, and I noticed that he was crying, but it was a different cry. It was kind of like a shriek, like he was in pain, he was hurting. I noticed his legs, they were turning purple. There was no blood flow, I guess you could say. I called for my husband.
I heard my name Mark really loud. And so I went to the bedroom, and she has Samuel. She says, he's not right. Something's not right. Look at his legs.
And I said, we need to go to the hospital now. By the time I put Samuel in the car seat, and it was just a few feet and only a few seconds, he was already turning purple. And his face, he was crying. He was trying to cry so hard and trying to scream.
At this time, as a dad, my thing is just get to the hospital. Get to the hospital safely because it's raining.
I told my husband, I said, call 911 because we're not gonna make it. I didn't know what was wrong with him, but he was already so blue in his lips, and he stopped crying.
And I could hear Lisa saying, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my God, oh my God. This isn't happening, this isn't happening.
I could hear my husband on the phone with the dispatcher.
And she says, 911, emergency, how can I help you? I said, we have a newborn baby. We just got home. Something's not right with him. She's like, no, we're on the way to the hospital. And it's like a 20-minute drive to the nearest hospital. And she got back on the phone with me. She says, okay, they're on the way. They're gonna meet you on the way. They've got their lights on. They've got their sirens on.
I took Samuel out of the car seat. I laid him on my lap, and he stopped breathing. I shook him, I rubbed his chest, I called his name over and over. My husband, I could hear him telling me, do it, Lisa, do it. he was telling me to give him CPR.
She's a nurse, and I say, do what you're trained to do. But I say it in a loud voice. And I just yell, I said, do what you're trained to do. And I'm thinking in my mind, she's to give CPR to your own kid.
I'm CPR certified, but I've never had to give CPR to an infant, much less my own child. Because of the American Heart Association and the research, we are able to have Samuel today. He was able to go through 2 open heart surgeries, a heart cath, receive an organ donation, and actually have CPR outside of the hospital. And we owe all of that to the American Heart Association and the research that it does.
The American Heart Association and Methodist Healthcare have been longtime partners on a host of community initiatives, everything from workplace wellness to addressing food insecurity in underserved communities to CPR awareness and training, just to name a few. A few years ago, we heard the story of Kale Moore. He was a 16-year-old starter on the Reagan High School basketball team. One morning, just as basketball practice was about to begin, he collapsed on the court.
As soon as I walk in, everybody's kind of on high alert. Coach Hurst is kneeling over Kale, trying to wake him up, and that's when I kind of, knew, something, we're pretty serious here. So I started my first round of compressions. At that point, I told Coach Hurst, you need to call 911. So he's calling 911. My student trainer slid the AED next to me. After my first round of compressions, I opened up the box, put the 2 pads on him. When it said shock advised, that's when I knew, hey, this is not good, and this is pretty serious right now. So delivered the shock, and it advised me to do my second round of compressions. I started, and a feeling I'll never forget was on compression around number 15, feeling his heart start up again, start beating again.
I've told people before, other than my 2 sons being born, that was the sweetest sound I've ever heard. When Kale Moore took that breath, it was exhilarating and exhausting all at the same time.
He opened up his eyes, and I'll never forget those eyes. And every second he was becoming a little bit more aware of where he was at. And, I explained to him what happened. I said, hey, we have to give you CPR. And you're back with us now, so let's take it slow.
Kale received his care at Methodist Hospital Stone Oak and was actually back in school the following week. And now at age 21, he's doing great. But had his coach and athletic trainer, 2 individuals who were trained in how to handle a cardiac emergency, not been around, he may not have been so fortunate. We know that CPR saves lives. That's a fact. We also know that whether someone is CPR certified or received hands-only CPR training, it may make a life-saving difference if they get involved. It's because of Kale and so many others just like him that Methodist Healthcare is proud to partner with the AHA every year.
The American Heart Association needs our support, and it needs our participation.
It needs the support of everyone watching this video.
So I hope you will take a moment
and open your heart to make a gift
that will not only make it possible to save lives across the city, but possibly even in our own homes. Thank you.